This is a review of the Razer Blade Stealth. This is a long-term review. I've had this thing since it came out. I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and I qualified to be one of the first shipments to get here, so I've used it for quite some time. I don't remember exactly when that is, but when it got here, but I'm sure you could Google it and see. So it's been a while now. I've used it for things both for fun as well as for work. I've got things here, and I don't expect you to see it on the camera, partially intentional. So, but just this general area here is a bunch of work stuff, and then I've got all kinds of extra stuff going on over here. But the point is I have been using this for quite some time now, and I definitely got a good feel for what it can do. So here we go. First off, spec-wise, this is the well, they're all the i7. It's a dual-core processor. It is hyper-threaded, so you get the quad-core total, but it is most certainly a dual-core processor, and you can feel it when you have extremely heavy processor-related things, really heavy CPU tasks. You really feel that. But it is an ultrabook, and that's the point, right? I mean, the Surface Pro line is a quad-core. It can handle most tasks, especially ones that are optimized to use a GPU. It does do, I think it's the 520 integrated Intel GPU. This thing pairs really well with the Razer Core dock. A video review, which an unboxing really and partial review, I have on my channel already, and I will very shortly also do a full-on review with this device here. I'm going to show kind of a workflow and what it really means, and I'm also going to keep it kind of on the short side. But the point is here, there's been multiple reviews about this already, so let's just get down to it. Okay, you've got your audio jack, your USB 3.0 port, a USB Type-C Thunderbolt 3 enabled port, which is your power. It also can transfer data. That's where you plug it in for the Razer Core. Then on the other side here, you just have your typical HDMI and your USB Type, your USB 3. And that's it for ports. Super thin. It's got one fan on this side. This side is just an open vent. Looks, not really sure why they did it that way. There's not really a fan on that side, but this side has the fan, and it blows air out this right here, right inside of there. You can't really, I don't know if you can see it. I obviously went with a D-brand carbon fiber black on the bottom skin. There's just the final wraps, and a white one on top. I just like the aesthetic. And of course a trackpad here. Now, if you know if you heard that, but when you open it sometimes to resume, the fan blows for just a second like crazy and then stops. But if you see right here, it is a fingerprint magnet, which is why I went for the D-brand skins. I hate that. I'm constantly doing this. I'm going to be throwing some stickers on over here because I can't stand the smudges. They bother me. As far as the key throw, really, really good for me. If you can hear it, that's as loud as it gets. I mean, that's like me exaggerating. It's the loudest I can possibly get it. Anything the Synapse 2 software can do, as far as the keyboard, with individually lit keys and all that kind of stuff, it's all there. It works really well. It actually pairs, so this thing can breathe at the same rate and the same, like it syncs up with your Razer Core if you were to do it that way. But I like the constant color because the breathing and stuff, it can get kind of distracting as far as when I'm working. Plus, I've heard that it kind of wears your battery down a little bit. I haven't really noticed. I've noticed a little bit, but it could just be a placebo effect. So I'm not really sure if that actually hurts your battery life or not. I imagine it does because you're running some alternate software that has to keep counters and stuff. But you may be running that anyway, so I don't know. So we'll find. We'll see. But in the long run, this is a very, very good laptop. Battery life is probably anywhere from like 6 hours, I think is probably a good number, 6-7 hours. It depends on what you're doing with it. When I have it fully loaded, it lasts 3-4 hours. So anyway, I'm impressed. This laptop is very strong. Performance-wise, it is very clean. It is very stable. The build quality is amazing. This hinge is really strong. Unfortunately, in some, see how it lifts up? It almost does the one finger or one hand opening, almost. I feel like it did when I first got it, but it feels almost like the hinge has tightened a little bit since I've had it. But as far as long-term review, the only things that it can't handle are things I think I said in my Razer Core video, which are things like just heavy CPU tasks in general. So if you have something that eats up CPU, it will have a problem. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you use the Razer Blade Stealth? Do you agree with what I've been saying about it being the ultimate ultrabook, especially with the Razer Core? This thing can very well be your only device, especially if you have a like a MacBook Pro style dock, like a holder that holds it vertical like this, that would allow for air to come in really nicely through the port and out the top. Especially if you have great ventilation or a fan or something. It does get really warm when it's really maxed out, as any laptop would. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have the exact same experience or not, or if it's been complete crap for you, if you don't like Razer brands. I think this was a great price for a great product. Especially the build quality is so MacBook-like that it's and that I hate comparing it to that, but that's just the gold standard for quality build on laptops right now. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to this video and my channel. I will continue to bring out content like this, and I will try to keep up a very regular upload speed. I'll probably be doing daily vlogs more often, but there you go.